Good morning, everybody. It's Friday, November 26th, and so we just lit the torches on the kiln. So here's the house right here, and I got a window that I can sit by, and I got a really good unobstructed view of the back of the kiln, so I can see what's going on. For right now, I just put the garbage cans out there just to give me a little bit of a wind block. I mean, again, the torches are actually pushed kind of up into the kiln. I just want to start warming everything up just really gradually. And so here's my setup. I got two 40-pound propane bottles. On the last firing, I fed both torches from one bottle. The problem that I ran into was that I was drawing propane out so fast that the temperature in the tank dropped too rapidly, and the bottles started to freeze up. So I'm hoping by feeding one torch from each bottle, that I'm not going to run into that problem. So we'll bring you in at the different stages, but lighting number 2 of the electric converted kiln to gas. I should say the electric kiln that has been converted to gas is underway. So we'll bring you back. All right, so we are at about 1530 degrees right now. We're just about at the end of a slow rise period where we are burning out all the organic matter out of the clay. We're about 7.5 hours roughly into the firing, which is we're pretty close to where I wanted to be. So yeah, about 1500. Probably getting close to about 1550 degrees right now. Matter of fact, we can come over here to the pyrometer real quick. I'm just now starting to see color on the inside of the clay here, or on the inside of the kiln. So maybe not quite. We're at 1525. Seems like we're kind of holding there. I've really been trying to not overtax my bottles so that I don't freeze them up. But I am going to probably have to start increasing a little bit to start gaining some temperature. I said it's interesting. I've been playing around with the amount of gap on the chimney, and it seems like the wider open it was, actually the less temperature increase I was getting. So I actually have covered the chimney some more. I may even play with maybe choking it a little bit more to see if I can just get it to go up some more without actually increasing the gas bottles, because again, the whole thing is about trying to get as efficient of a burn as we can. This may take me longer than 12 hours, but I'm really trying to experiment with what makes the kiln raise in temperature and lower in temperature, besides messing around with the amount of chimney that's open. I can also play around with how close the burners are into the burner ports. So that's where we're at. Catch you later. All right, so we are now, as you can tell, in firm reduction. And we are at almost 2300. We are at 2296 on the pyrometer in full reduction. So the cones should be going over very shortly here. Look at that flame. So it is Saturday, November 27th. We had the firing yesterday. We got all the way up to cone 10. Actually, we went a little bit hotter. We actually got to like 2360. But let's go ahead and open the kiln and see what we have. Let me get a board here. Wonderful November cold today, so come on in. So wow, it really came out nice. I did take a peek a little bit this morning. Wow, very cool. So here's the little decoration that my mom did in the little bowl. As you can see, got some really beautiful colors between the the wood ash, where it was a little heavier and lighter. Where it's lighter, you get that real toasty brown. And where it went heavier, it actually turned it almost like a little crocodile green. So that's really cool. I'm just gonna kind of, yeah, some of these are sticking to the shelf a little bit, but not too bad. We'll grind off the bottoms. Same thing, it's got that kind of crocodile green with the brown. Very nice. Yeah, really nice. This is super cool. Here's my mom's little spoon rest that she did. Very nice. So that's the milky white glaze with the cobalt oxide. So where the wood ash was on a little heavier, you can see it actually formed kind of a glaze and started to run a little bit, which is pretty neat. They're really, really cool patterns. It's a little baby olive oil lamp. It's amazing how much these things actually shrink. How much these things actually shrink in the firing. Let me go ahead and put these away. All right. So far, it looks like very few cracked. This one, we have a couple that cracked a little bit. This one, she cracked a little bit on the seam right there, but not bad. I mean, it's still very functional. Man, I'm getting a little bit of a feel now for how to make the wood ash do different things, but I didn't know that when it went on thicker like this that it would really come out this kind of a greeny color, but that's just straight wood ash. It's amazing how you can get two totally different colors out of the same thing. Here's one that had a lot of good contrast in between the two. This was one that had cracked and I had repaired it and maybe slightly see it, but it looks like it pretty much held together. Couple more. Oh, that one split a little bit, but again, it'll still work. Wow, I'm really surprised how dark the clay body got. I've never seen it get that dark before. We did have quite a bit of reduction, and we actually finished in 11 hours. We found a way to really, once we went really slow to burn the organic matter out from about 1300 to 1650, we really cranked the heat and were able to get a good reduction all the way from about 2000 degrees all the way to the 2360. So yeah, maybe that's where this really dark brown, because again, this is very different from the last firing. And one last one from the top shelf. Again, really cool pattern, very neat. All right, that's top shelf done. Again, whenever you're pulling a shelf out like this, you always want to wiggle the shelf a little bit, just in case it's holding on a little bit to the stilts below. It's always so exciting as you're pulling this apart to just see how it looks. Wow. I can already tell it's pretty interesting. There we go. Wow. So these were the mugs that we were going to do for the sisters from the congregation. Now, it looks like we did go a little heavy on the iron oxide, so you can see the difference where it got heavier, it went more silvery. Which again, I was too light last time, and it seems like maybe I'm a little too heavy on this one, but still very neat. The Celadon just came out just incredible. I mean, looks like we had a little bit of cracking on the handle there, but still, man, just a really beautiful little piece. So the other one that we did for the sister's mug was this one with the wood ash. And as I figured, the iron oxide did run. It's kind of neat. It kind of bled a little bit where the hearts are. But so it's hard to kind of read the badge, but it's still a really beautiful little mug where it was Celadon with wood ash blown on the bottom. And I have to say, for the most part, the melt on the glaze is really good, although it does seem a little bit inconsistent. Maybe it has to do with the fact that we got to the temperature a little fast. Here is the milky white glaze with the decoration that my mom painted on there. Very cool. That came out very nice. How are you?
Good, good. Stuff's coming out?
Yeah, stuff's coming out of the fire.
Nice. Okay, that's how it's stacked in there?
Yep. How you doing today?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Good.
Cool, cool. Glad I got to see something coming out.
Thank you. Wow, that's pretty wild. That's just the wood ash glaze and the Celadon on the top. Oh, it's nice. The Celadon really highlighted the stamp there. That came out real good.
Where's the stamp? Oh, okay, on the...
Yeah,
okay,
I impressed the handle there.
Okay.
And then this was just like a iron oxide decoration, which kind of got a little covered up, but it's still pretty neat.
Yeah, it's really cool looking. You sell it?
I'm thinking about it. I've never really sold any before. So here we have another iron oxide decoration. And this was a milky white glaze and the wood ash on the bottom.
That's awesome. All right, I'll let you get to
Have a good one.
Yep.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I've never seen this color on the clay body before, and I really can't account for why it's the color that it is. It seems to be much darker than what we achieved before. I like it, but it is just different than what I was expecting. It seemed like we got a little bit of a weird kind of a melt on the inside of some of the mugs. But again, it's really cool, the foxglove decoration over the iron oxide. And again, maybe the wood ash was maybe a little heavy. All right, we have our bowls here. Actually, if you hold on a second, I've got to get a piece of wood. I got to try to knock these bowls apart. So again, where you see, that was kind of more what I was going for, that lighter brown. So then we open that up. Oh, very nice little bowls. The iron oxide decorations on the inside. All right. We got our two little badges here that we fell off of, two of the cups that fell and broke. They're interesting. Again, I kind of figured it was going to run to some degree, which it did. And again, it looks like the iron, again, is still a little heavy. So last time I was a little light, this time I was a little heavy, but we'll figure it out. Okay. Now, this one came out really pretty. That color variation that we got, I don't know how easy it's going to be to get it apart if I don't break it. This one might be a little bit of a, yeah, we're gonna have to work on that one to open it. I really love how it ran down there like that, though. That's really pretty. The colors are really, man, just spectacular, the variation. Again, it wasn't what I thought I was gonna get. I thought I was gonna get this brown more, but it is really pretty. Okay, and then we got another one right here, and it's also stuck. So yeah, again, I think, there you go. Oh, there we go. Nice Celadon on the inside, and a dragonfly decoration. There you go. It's a nice little casserole dish. Take these. Good. I didn't know if these were rated for cone 10, but it looks like they held up just fine. So that's good. I know I can use them in other firings. The cone came out, and as you can see, we hit cone 10 just right there. We also put a cone on the bottom, which you'll see the bottom got quite a bit hotter. I would say the bottom cone fell about 40-45 minutes before this one fell. So I'm hoping we don't have too much bloating or destroyed pieces on the bottom. That's kind of the trade-off that I'm finding, and something that I'm really working with is to not destroy the bottom pieces, just to get the top pieces fired. All right, get these out of here. Okay. So far, I don't think I see too much in the way of destroyed pots, which is good. So here is another little bowl that my mom decorated on the inside there. I did the little flecks on the outside, but she did the dandelions. You can see the beautiful copper. Now we have a slight bit of, oh no, that's right, it's not bloating. I actually put a spiral, when I threw this, I put a spiral in the bottom of it. That's what I'm feeling. It's very, very pretty. Love the way the copper oxide, I mean the iron oxide's popping like copper against the white. Very nice. Here's a little jar that I did. Wow, that came out beautiful. Wow, that's probably one of the prettiest pieces. Maybe a few little bloats, but boy, just a really, really beautiful iron oxide decoration. Looks like the melt on everything is very, very good. Oh, very nice. So again, this is the decoration that we did with the little iron oxide, cobalt oxide flowers, and then the painting that my mom did. And it looks like, again, we have some pretty good iron oxides. This is really what we wanted to see. Really good melt on everything. I mean, it's just glassy smooth. Much better than the first firing. Here's the foxglove that my mom did, which is also very pretty. It's a very nice cup. Good melt. Yeah, look at all the little dots where she did that, where it came out real pretty. It's very nice. It's definitely a trick. Okay, now this is one of my mom's pieces. I think probably one of the first pieces she did. She did a planter. Oh, look at that! Isn't that sweet? Her little dragonflies and her cobalt, her iron oxide. So there's gonna be a little planter for her. You know, hole in the bottom. It came out really nice. Okay, the last tankard. Wow, what a treat! That might be the prettiest of the bunch. Look at the different variations of the iron. Look at the way her decoration pops. If I would say anything, is that maybe the cobalt could be a little bit heavier, but it still gives you the nice impression of like an island in the sea with a couple birds flying. Really, really beautiful. That came out great. I did a planter with a paddled form. That came out really neat. I would say that the iron came out a little melted down there, probably where it got a little hotter, and maybe a little dark there, but the wood ash on the texture of the paddle, I think works. I think it came out really pretty. A lot prettier than I thought it was going to. All right, and for any of you who've been watching for any length of time, you've been seeing that I've been doing these jam pots. And again, I don't know how easy they're going to open. Really neat how it's gonna be interesting to see if I can get these things open without breaking them. There we go. Ah, look at that, a little dragonfly. Wow, look at that really pretty copper color that we got there, and a good melt on the inside. Cute little jam pot where you put your little spoon. I'm not going to take the time to open them all, but I'll just show the ones that maybe open on their own. I really do like that. Look. Oh. Look at the dragonfly and the little decoration at the bottom. So some of these are probably not going to come apart maybe that easily. Because wherever that wood ash went, it might have stuck it a little bit. So a lot of these I'm going to have to open a little bit later maybe. Again, I'm not going to open them all, but so yeah, so we got that one there. We got that one there. Again, really cool, but I really like the contrast between the brown and the green like that. I don't think a lot of them are going to open that easily. I'm just going to have to patiently tap them. Oh, there we go. Another dragonfly with a milky white glaze inside. Yeah, some of these are gonna be a little bit of a challenge. And then the last but not least, got this one, another dragonfly. So very nice. Like I said, I think all the little jam pots were pretty successful. Our great success is that we had very little bloating. I think the only thing I saw any bloating in might have been just a few little bloats right here on the side of this. But other than that, really everything came out without any major failures. Here's the bottom cone, if I can get it off the shelf. Ooh, it melted to the shelf. I knew it went over pretty hard. Let's see. Yeah, that's gonna have to be chipped off the shelf. As you can see, it hit, melted in, and oh, there it goes. So, actually, some of the cone is broke off. Some of the cone actually hit the shelf, but it basically hit and then just snaked out. Because again, the bottom shelf was quite a bit hotter than the other one. So again, that is our firing. So it turned out really good. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And until I see you next time, don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. I'll talk to you later.